problem.
Sir.
So once session is ended up,
Okay.
we will discuss in which areas you need to brush up.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we will focus more on that areas. But initially, I would like to know where you are lacking that skills.
Yes.
Okay, so first we will begin with your self-introduction. So
Yes.
can you brief about yourself?
Yes, sir. Myself, Vamsi Krishna. So I belong from in Andhra Pradesh. I have total 4.2 years experience in the SAP FICO consultant. So I have graduated in uh, sorry. I have graduated in Vikram Simhapur University in 2017. So I have done one implementation to support project. So I have started my career in 2018. Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. Can I?
Yes, no problem. You can proceed. Take
Yes,
your
sir.
own time.
Yes, sir. Sir, good evening, sir. So myself, Vamsi Krishna. So I, I belong from in Andhra Pradesh. I graduated in 2017 Vikram Simhapur University. So I overall 4.2 years experience in the SAP FICO consultant. I have done one implementation to support project. So currently I'm working on the support project. So in the support project, my responsibilities are solving the tickets for the regular FICO module. I'm providing resolution to the tickets. Any configurational changes to the client requirement, we have to do it. So we have to preparing documents to the end users. We have to participate in month and year end activities. So we have to responsible for the AP, AR, GR related issues. So we have to training provided to the upcoming joiners. We have to training take for the sorry. We have to take a training to the seniors. So this is my roles and responsibilities. Coming to the my implementation project. So my client is Desmo. Desmo is chemical trading firm. Desmo is chemical trading firm for the chemical community. It's a good relationship with the vendors and customers. So it is started in 1956. So as per the client requirement, we have to do it for the enterprise structure creation, in the APAR creation and GST creation and withholding tax creation and EBS creation. So we have to participate for the FI2MM and FI2SD integration also. So for that we have to do it for the implementation project.
Okay, tell me how many implementation and support projects that you handle in the current and previous clients.
So overall one implementation to support project was done, sir.
One implementation and two support projects, right?
Yes, sir.
So have you resolved any critical issues during the support project?
Yes, sir. So every day we have to. So in the every day we have to end user raise their different issues. Based on the issues, we have to providing resolution to them. So for example, we have to receiving the so in this morning section, so we have to receiving the EBS related issues. When when the user we have to upload that EBS file, say FF_file. So the file is not be taken. So that point of time I can suggest the user. I will suggest the user. I will be taken to the more details of the company. Just we have to so based on that on some say MT940 based on the some rules we have to upload the file. So before the uploaded file I will be checked to the proper. He will be not enter the reference number 021. So based on that the system will not be taken to the file. So this type of issues we have to handle. So now coming to the APP. So when user make a payment to the vendor, so the payment is not be taken that point of time I can reverse the documents. We have to clear the manually. So this type of issues we have to resolution, and we have to consider on the we sometimes your tax code is not be calculated for the at the time of postings. So at the time I will be guide for the user. So this type of issues we have to solve it, sir.
Okay, a couple of minutes back, you told me that it was resolved once you've done the reversal process, right?
Yes.
So have you do you have any access in the production? So while reversing the entries?
No, sir. Actually, there is a we there is no access to the production. Just in the production matter, we have to check.
Okay, you have only display access, right?
Yes.
Okay, apart from that issues, any issue that you tackled in the automated payment program and other areas?
So yes, sir. So we have to other areas we have to also get it. Sometimes the GST when user post a document for the FB50, so we have to make a payment to the vendor. So GST sometimes we had be not be calculated. So at the point of time we have to suggest for the users. So we have to just we have to properly mention with that an FS00. We have to mention with the tax. So based on sometimes we have to forget the users. We have to give for the tax codes. So in the control tab we have to giving to the taxes. So based on that I will suggest to the users.
Okay, let's say for example, I have one requirement regarding the taxation. So tax rate is 10%. That is GST. GST tax rate is 10% on the raw material.
Okay.
So that company code is located in India. So how you can configure?
So at the time I will so go with an so if you define the condition type for the taxation, after that you have defined the condition type, you have to give the tax codes.
Okay.
So
So
after
you
that
know any T code where we can do the configuration for the tax codes?
the FTXP. So the FTXP have to define the tax code for the input and output tax codes. Based on that we have to giving to that. So before off of that we have to define the OB visor for the condition type. Once we have to define the condition type, after that we have to define the code or tax codes.
Okay. What are the conditions that you need to create at the stage of GST configurations?
So we have to define that. So the conditions we have to define the conditions like so input output for that. So baseline we have to baseline amount will be calculated. We take the baseline amount and we have to giving to the input tax and output tax. So based on that we have to configure on it.
Tell me what are the taxes that was replaced by GST?
Yeah, so GST introducing in 2016 but we extended in 2017. So some taxes are there like input tax, output tax, so intra goods service tax. So these are the taxes are there. Based on the taxes we have to do it for the input. Say state government tax we have to purchasing within the state government tax is applicable, and central government tax we have to purchase the central wise with the central government tax is applicable. For the intra company intra state tax means we have to purchasing the so other state intra taxes will be applicable.
So what are the taxes that replaced by GST? So tell me exactly. So actually, VAT was replaced by GST. Okay, entertainment tax, luxury tax. Okay, and service tax. These are all taxes was replaced by GST, right?
Yes.
Okay, how much percentage that will go to central government and state government in India? So any tax any tax transaction is happened, like for GST calculation point perspective. So how much percentage will goes to CGST and SGST?
Yeah, the 6% we have to do it.
For 6%, so how much percentage will goes to CGST and SGST?
Yeah, so in the CGST we have to SGST, so it will depend based on the government guidelines. We have to define on it. So as for that, we have to
50% will
define the
go to
6%.
CGST and 50% will be shared to SGST, right? So any transaction.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So do you have idea on the withholding tax?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So the withholding tax is an direct tax. So before we have to get it to the salary, TDS it will be deducted. So TDS we have to deduct some more sections like 194A means income tax other than the securities. I mean, 194C means contracts, 194R means rents, 194D means insurance commission. Based on the sections, we have to deduct it for the tax. So we have two types of taxes: extended withholding tax and classic withholding tax. I mean, extended withholding tax means you can enter. So classic withholding tax means you can enter only one line item. It's a vendor master data or customer master data. But extended withholding tax, you can enter multiple line items like customers or vendors. So these are the things. So TDX means tax deduct at the source. So before, so when the employee, we have an employee, we have to receiving a salary before TDX, it will be deducted based on the sections.
Okay. Okay, what is the entry after withholding tax payment?
So at the time, expenses account debit to vendor account credit and TDS account credit.
So payment, I'm asking payment, right?
Okay, at the time payment. So vendor account debited to bank account to. So vendor account debit to bank account credit and TDS account also credit.
Okay. You can also check the entries once again.
Okay.
Okay, what is the difference between Lsmw and Bdc?
Yes, sir. So there is we have to the tools we have to using the non-SAP to the SAP. So Lsmw we have to, so the is a standard tool. For BDC is a customizing tool. So using the Lsmw we have to upload 5,000 records. So in the BDC we have to enter the more than 5,000 records. So once we have to upload that to Lsmw, we have to follow the standards. But BDC we have to follow the 14 steps. So coming to the Lsmw, we have to sir. So in the point of time, I can prepare the LTMs and the LTMOM, sir.
Okay, so have you involved in S4 HANA implementation?
Yes, sir. So in the S4 implementation, we have to migration project. So we have to data migration. So we
Have
have
you
to.
uploaded the business partner details?
Yeah, no. So actually, we have to upload the customer cost centers. So these are the things. So
Okay.
using the LTMC. So
What is the business
LTMC.
partner concept in S4 HANA Finance?
Yes, sir. Yes, there is a business integrate. The business partner is also there, but we didn't to integrate it for that. So we have to only upload it for the cost centers using the LTMC. So basically coming to the LTMC, which is the tool. So landscape transformational migration cockpit, and we have also discussed for the LTMOM. LTMOM is landscape transformational objective modular. So these are the two things we have to discuss for that. So coming to this LTMC, we have to 4 options for that. I mean, validate data, conversion values, and simulative data, and and execute import. So, and coming to the LTMO means we have to define it to the two structures. Like one is target structure and another one is source structure. So the source structure means, so in the LTMC we have to predefine template is there based on the client requirement. The template we have to existing more fields. That point of time we have to coming to the LTMOM. So LTMO we have to select for the source field. So you can select the source field. We can create one option. So based on the option we have to create for the bottom and we have to execute it. Once you have to execute the LTMOM, whatever the data you have to migrate it, go to the LTMC. Just you have to enter on it. So based on the data we have to migrate it. For example, I will be upload for the cost centers. So just we have to the validate data we have to select an option. We have to ready for the download the template. Based on the template we have to put in an editable format and we have to giving to the data whatever that a client requirement for the cost centers. All the data we have to giving to them. After that data you have to giving to them, just we have to once
Okay, fine. What are the differences
of it in
that you?
the desktop.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So, tell me the business partner concept in the S/4HANA Finance.
Okay, so I don't know for that. Just we
Okay.
have to, so several changes I know.
Yes, please tell me at least 10 changes.
Yes, so in the S4 HANA, so in the ECC before that we have to using multiple databases, but once we have to S4 HANA also only HANA database. So in the S4 HANA we have to using for the Fury tool. So the tool we have to generate the real-time reports. So in the S4 HANA we have to increase the material characteristics up to 40 characteristics. So in the S4 HANA we have to business integration function also there. So as a customer as a vendor. So an S4 HANA we have to KOVV table replace it with the PRD elements. And S4 HANA we have to migration cockpit. And S4 HANA we have to new asserting, we have to introducing it. In the S4 HANA we have to multiple currencies we have to doing at the one place. And so in the S4 HANA, so only line item tables are used, no index tables or summarize tables are used. And S4 HANA we have to in S4 HANA material master 26 tables are used, only one table mad docked. So that table we have to represent all the things. So in the S4 HANA we have to only line item tables are ACDB DO and universal generals are AP, ARGL and the asset accounting material accounting. These are the several changes we have to doing on it.
Okay. So tell me the changes comparing to ECC to S/4HANA with respect of asset accounting. So any idea?
Yeah, no, actually we didn't, just we still be using the ECC. So we have to, for the depreciation point of view term, we have to run the AFAB. So that point of time we can, so the display the options we have to in the S4 HANA we have to some more options was changed. So previously we have to calculate the ordinary depreciation like restart, repeat. Some options are there. In the S4 HANA we have to using.
Okay, fine, Vamsi Krishna.
Yes, sir.
So almost my interview is done.
Yes.
Okay, the problem is, so the way you are explaining, that is the problem. Okay, so regarding that subject and all, everything is fine from my side.
Yes.
Okay, that you can manage.
Yes.
But thing is, so the way you are communicating with the interviewer, that is not up to the mark, and that is not at all impressive. These are the reasons.
Yes,
Because of these reasons, you are not selecting the interview. Okay, so how many interviews have you attended so far?
so approximately today's was 10th 10th interview. So first we have to, so in the next day, I mean, so Wednesday we have to, for the L2 round for the L&T, sir.
Okay, how many interviews so far? So almost 10 interviews, right? Out of that,
yes,
how many first rounds have you finished up?
Sir, so out of 10, so 9 interviews we have to clear it, sir.
See, and one more thing is the problem is, so all times you are using we have to, okay, that is the problem. So you are lacking that communication skills. So because of this only you are not, you are rejecting in the interview. Okay, so subject and all everything is fine from my side. The factor is the way you are representing, that is not completely up to the mark. Okay, so you need more practice on the communication aspects and reminding all things that you can manage, and you can explain everything proper way, and also managing yourself with the interviewer. It's fine. That is the reason he cleared almost 9 interviews. But in the final round, managerial round, you are not able to clearing because they are checking your communication and the way you are delivering the topics. That is matter. Okay, in that case, that almost you are not up to the level.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
as regard myself, just practice more on the communication. Don't use we have to again and again. One time is more than enough. Instead of using we have to, and use another phrase. Okay.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay, that is the problem I noticed in your conversation.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, okay,
So
sir.
almost explanation, okay, but not up to the level, and you need more practice on the communication. Okay, and one explanation is there sometimes, so please avoid that one explanation.
Yeah,
And so you have to practice more on the points that is mentioned in the books. Okay, so I already shared some materials, right? Some books and materials I already shared. Use that points instead of one language.
Yeah, okay, sir.
ఓకే సో సో మీకు అర్థమైంది అనుకుంటారు కదా నేను ఏం చెప్తున్నాను బేసిక్గా.
యా అర్థమైంది సార్.
కమ్యూనికేషన్ నేను ఫస్ట్ లోనే చెప్పేసాను మీద. సో ఇక్కడే మీది ల్యాక్ అవుతుంది అని అన్నాను. అండ్ సో సబ్జెక్ట్ లెవెల్లో మీరు ఏం చెప్పకపోయినా, ఎన్ని ఇంటర్వ్యూస్కి అటెండ్ అవ్వకపోయినా మీరు సెలెక్షన్ అవుతారని నాకు అర్థమైంది. బట్ ప్రాబ్లం ఎక్కడుంది అంటే కమ్యూనికేషన్లో దెబ్బతింటుంది మీది.
సో దీనికి ఏమన్నా సజెషన్స్ ఉన్నాయి సార్? ఏ విధంగా?
ఏమీ లేదు, జస్ట్ మెటీరియల్స్ చూడండి, ఆ మెటీరియల్లో ఉన్న లాంగ్వేజ్ యూస్ చేయండి. వీ హ్యావ్ టు తీసేయండి, ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు దాన్ని మార్క్ చేసేయండి. పద్దాక అదే యూస్ చేస్తున్నారు మీరు.
ఓకే సార్.
ఫస్ట్ లోనే 2 minutes లో చెప్పేసాను మీకు కమ్యూనికేషన్ ప్రాబ్లం ఉంది ఇక్కడ, వీ హ్యావ్ టు యూస్ చేస్తున్నారని చెప్పేసాను. అదొక్కటే నాకు కనపడింది తప్పిస్తే రిమైనింగ్ సబ్జెక్ట్ అనేది అంటారు ఆల్మోస్ట్ వచ్చేస్తుంది, ఆటోమేటిక్గా ప్రిపేర్ అయితే ఉంటే వచ్చేస్తుంది. దట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఎ ప్రాబ్లం, బట్ డెలివరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ కదా, అది మిస్ అవుతుంది.
ఓకే సార్.
ఓకే, కాబట్టి నెక్స్ట్ లెవెల్ ఇంకా పర్ఫెక్షన్తో గెయిన్ చేయండి. సబ్జెక్ట్ ఓకే, మీరు మంచి నాలెడ్జ్ గెయిన్ చేశారు, S/4 HANA మీద బాగా రీసెర్చ్ చేశారు, ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేశారు, మనం చెప్పినవి కూడా చూసుకున్నారు. ఓకే ఫైన్, బట్ ఇక్కడే మీకు పోతుందని నా ఎక్స్పెక్టేషన్. సో ఇప్పుడు దాకా మీ ఐడియా ఏంటి, నేను చెప్పింది కరెక్టా రాంగా?
ఎస్ సార్. సో ఇది ఒక పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ ఉండొచ్చు సార్. ఐ మీన్ ఇది కూడా ఒక రీజన్ ఉంటుంది, ఒక 50% ఇది ఒక రీజన్ అయి ఉండొచ్చు. ఐ మీన్ సో నేను సో ఇంత L2 L1 పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ బాగుంటుంది కానీ సడన్ గా L2 వచ్చే లోపల డ్రాప్ అయిపోతుంది సార్.
ఓకే,
షివరింగ్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. ఏ టైప్ ఆఫ్
మీకేంటంటే మీరు అదే అన్న 9 ఇంటర్వ్యూస్ క్రాక్ చేయడం ఫస్ట్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ అంత ఈజీ కాదు, క్రాక్ చేయగలిగారు. బట్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఇది ఒక్కటే కనపడుతుంది నాకు. ఓకే, ఆ డెలివరీ చేసే విధానంలో మీరు నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్స్ మీరు మన ఇంటరాక్షన్ ఎన్నిసార్లు ఇచ్చారు డెలివరీ? మీరు
ఇచ్చాను సార్. సో 4-5 times ఇచ్చున్నాను సార్ నేను.
సో దాని మూలంగానే కొంచెం మీరు ఎఫిషియెంట్ గా చెప్పగలుగుతున్నారేమో అనుకుంటున్నాను. ఇంకా ఇంకొక 5 times ఇవ్వండి, అండ్ ఓన్ లాంగ్వేజ్ కాకుండా మీరు ఏమైతే డాక్యుమెంట్స్ రీడ్అవుట్ చేస్తారో ఆ లాంగ్వేజ్ని యూజ్ చేయండి, బాగుంటుంది, ఎక్స్ట్రాడనరీగా బాగుంటుంది. ఇంకా అంతకంటే ఇంకేం చెప్పగలుగుతాం మనం. నా పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూలో సబ్జెక్ట్ అనేది ఓకే, ఈ రోజు కాకపోయినా కొంచెం ప్రిపేరింగ్ నేర్చుకోవచ్చు. ఓకే, దాంతో పెద్ద మ్యాటర్ కాదు. సబ్జెక్ట్ మీరు 10 ఇంటర్వ్యూస్కి అటెండ్ అయ్యారు అంటున్నారు కాబట్టి ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఏ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ నెక్స్ట్ వచ్చినా క్రాక్ చేయగలుగుతారు. బట్ ఇక్కడే దెబ్బ అవుతుంది మీకు కమ్యూనికేషన్ లెవెల్లోనే. 4+ years ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ పెట్టుకుని వెళ్ళినప్పుడు వాళ్ళు ఎక్కువ ఎక్స్పర్టైజ్ ని క్యాండిడేట్ దగ్గర నుంచి ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేస్తారు, కాబట్టి అది రిక్వైర్మెంట్ మనం అట్లీస్ట్ ఫుల్ఫిల్ చేయాలి కదా. అదొక్కటే నాకు ల్యాకింగ్ కనబడుతుంది, మిగతా ఆల్మోస్ట్ అన్ని ఫైన్. అండ్ ఇంకొంచెం బాగా ప్రిపేర్ అయినట్లయితే 100% రిజల్ట్ వస్తుంది మనకి.
ఎస్ సార్. సో అవుట్ ఆఫ్ 10 ఇంటర్వ్యూస్ లో సెకండ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ క్రాక్ చేశాను సార్. January 14th మీకు చెప్పుండాల్సింది. మేబీ నేను తీసుకుంది రాంగ్ పర్సన్స్ దగ్గర తీసుకున్నాను డాక్యుమెంటేషన్.
ఓకే,
అది పోయింది సార్. సో అతను ప్రాపర్ గా రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వలేదు. వాళ్ళు నాకు డాక్యుమెంట్స్ అప్లోడ్ చేసేసి అని ఫోర్స్ చేసేసారు.
ఓకే.
సో అది నేను అతనికి రెస్పాండ్ అవుతే అతను నాకు సంబంధం లేదు, మీరు చెక్ చేసుకోవాలి కదా, అతను నా మీదే వేసేసారు.
ఓకేనండి, నో ప్రాబ్లం, దట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఎ బిగ్ ప్రాబ్లం. సో ఓకే, నువ్వు సెలెక్షన్ అవుతావు, బట్ ఏంటంటే ఇది కొంచెం నా సైడ్ నుంచి ఏంటంటే ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్ ఇది ఒకటే కనబడుతుంది. రిమైనింగ్ ఆల్ స్టఫ్ నువ్వు అక్వైర్ చేయగలవు, సబ్జెక్ట్ ఉంది, అండ్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ అన్ని కూడా గ్యాదర్ చేసుకున్నావు, ఎఫిషియెంట్ గా ఇంటర్వ్యూస్కి అటెండ్ అవుతున్నావు, సెలెక్షన్ అవుతున్నావు. బట్ ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటంటే ఇది ఒకటి రీజన్ అయితే, ఇంకొకటి రీజన్ డాక్యుమెంట్స్. ఓకే, దాని గురించి డిస్కస్ చేయను ఇప్పుడు నేను. నా పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూలో స్టూడెంట్ సెలెక్షన్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ కాబట్టి, ఈవెన్ ఇప్పుడు 12:30 మీతో ఇది 2 రౌండ్స్ తీసుకున్నాము, ఒకళ్ళకి ఆల్రెడీ ఇప్పుడు మీకు చేసుకుంటున్నా. ఇందాక ఆ మేడంది కూడా నేను యూట్యూబ్ లో పెట్టాను, మీది కూడా యూట్యూబ్ లో పెడతా.
ఓకే సార్.
ఓకే, సో ఆ వీడియోస్ యూట్యూబ్ లో కనపడుతున్నంత సేపు కూడా నీలో ఒక కనపడాలి. సో నేను ఇక్కడ ఏ లెవెల్లో ఒకప్పుడు ఉన్నాను, ఇప్పుడు ఏ లెవెల్లో ఉన్నాను అనే నాలెడ్జ్ మీకు కనపడాలి. అందుకే ఓకే.
ఓకే,
థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. గుడ్ నైట్, హ్యావ్ ఎ గ్రేట్ డే. సో ప్రిపేర్ వెల్ నెక్స్ట్ టైం. సో ప్రాపర్ కమ్యూనికేషన్, గట్టిగా కూర్చోండి, ఇంటరాక్షన్ గ్రూప్ లో డిస్కస్ చేయండి. ఓకేనా?
ఓకే సార్.
రైట్, సీ యూ.
థ్యాంక్స్.